Hello, teacher helpers for the bullpen. Thank you guys so much for coming out and helping us out with the Voyager bullpen Monday night. I really appreciate it, and the students are really going to appreciate it. So, thanks a lot for doing that. I want to make this quick video to provide you with some background information about the bullpen, kind of what your role is going to be Monday night, so you are prepared. I'm sorry we couldn't meet for our training during the week. It seemed like everybody was swamped. I certainly was pretty swamped. So I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video, and just shoot me an email or contact me in school on Monday if you guys have any questions. So the bullpen project is a business pitch competition. Students are going to be pitching from 5:30, hopefully just till 7 on Monday, May 19th. That's this coming Monday. 7:30, I have us planned to go to 7:30, but I'm hoping we can really get that done in by 7. And senior awards night is right after that, so if you want to participate in that, you can go to that afterwards, but hopefully we're going to be done by 7. There's 11 rooms presenting this year. 6 presentations per room. There's 2 rooms with 7 presentations, and you'll see that. You'll get a Google spreadsheet attached to this email that you're getting this video in that has all the teams who are in the different rooms, what room you're in, so you'll see if you have 6 or 7. There'll be 1 teacher who's just there, that's you, who's managing the process, and 3 judges who are grading the presentations. And there'll be parents and community members in the rooms too. And so I'm thinking there's probably about 20 to 25 people in each room. It might be a little less. We'll see if parents have some burnout maybe from coming to school so much. So hopefully there's about 20 people in each room. So your role, you're in charge of the room. You're in charge of the logistics of the room. That means that you're gonna, when you get there, I'm asking students to get there at 4:30, and I'll be there at 4:30, and we're gonna start setting up rooms. And you have an assigned room. I tried to put teachers in the rooms they're usually in during the school day, so they're familiar with the room, and they can kind of, if the room layout changes at all, it's your room, so you know how it should be reset up. And the students are there at 4:30 to help set up. If you can get there at 4:30, great. If you're there at 5, that's fine. But please be there by 5, so we can really start right at 5:30. So you'll set up the rooms. Though my room will be set up as an example room. Basically, all the desks will be moved out of the way, except for 3 desks for the judges in the front of the room, and the seats will kind of be set up like theater seating, so people can watch the presentations, and it feels a little less like a classroom. And I'll set mine up so you can take a look in there and be like, okay, this is what we're going for. And each room's a little different, I know, so I'm kind of leaving it up to you as the teacher to decide what's going to be the optimal setup for your room. You'll take attendance. I'll give you an attendance list for your room, who's supposed to be in there. And you'll just make sure all those students are in there, and you'll keep those students in there. You'll greet the judges who are coming in. They'll have 3 judges. You'll know who they are. You'll make sure that you have the right judges in your room. And you'll introduce those judges to the room right at 5:30 when you're about to start. And there's a little card for you guys to fill out that has information for the judges to kind of write down, so you can just read that when they come in, or you're ready to start the pitches, and say, this is Dan Hoffman. He's a teacher at Voyager Academy. He really likes his dog Bo, and that's pretty much the introduction. It's a little fun thing just to kind of get things kick-started. You'll keep time, so presentations are 5 minutes long, and then there's 5 minutes of question and answer, and then the transition for another group to come up. And so we'll either give you a stopwatch, or you can use your phone or your computer to keep time. But you'll just make sure that things just run smoothly. You're there to just really make sure that we're keeping pace, and we're keeping the time moving, because we want to try to get out there at 7. And to do that, we got to just make sure that people keep getting up and keep pitching, and we don't have a lot of lag time in between. So if a judge is not there at 5:30, the other thing that I'll ask you to do is to just sit in that judge's space at 5:30 and watch the first pitch, so that we just keep that clock moving, right? And so I'll send you the judge's info too, but basically there's a real simple rubric. You'll just ask the students to give their pitch, and you'll fill out the rubric as best you feel, ask them some questions, and you'll kind of multitask by keeping the room going and doing that at the same time. Anyone who has digital media, so for instance, if they have a PowerPoint or a Google presentation, I've created a bullpen email address. That email address is actually, I'll just put it in here. It's Voyager bullpen at gmail.com, and the password is Voyager 2014. And connected to that now are all of the student presentations, the digital student presentations. So when you come in, the teacher can use that Google Drive connected to that email address, use their computer, hook your computer up to the smartboard, and assign into this account, and all the students can pull off their digital media off of that. That'll help us speed up time between having students use their own laptops and try to plug things in on there. So I had anyone with digital media, I told them to share it with that. So they should do that. There might be a student with a special case, so if a student is using certain software that's special to a Mac, or if a student has some huge presentation that can't be sent over email, they might be using their own computer, and they'll come and talk to you, and I've allowed a couple students to do that. But the idea is that the majority will use this website. So let's see. We talked about this. The judges fill out their card. Teacher reads the card at 5:30. Pitches are 5 minutes long. Students are 30 seconds over. It's okay. If they're a minute over, you want to start prompting them to, hey, let's give us your final thoughts. And you're going to cut them off after 2 minutes and just say, you know what, you guys are done. Take a seat so we can keep moving. Students should stay in the room during all the presentations. Students are told that they're supposed to be there till 7, until the last person finishes their presentation, to prevent people from just getting up and leaving and leaving the last people in the room to present to an empty room, which makes it lower stakes for them. So everyone's going to respectfully stay in that room for the whole night. If someone gets up and says, I have to leave, you don't need to put up a huge fight with them, but just mark it down and tell me that they left before they were supposed to. Also, if students are under time in their presentation, is under 5 minutes, you're keeping track of time. So if they say, hey, thank you for my presentation, and it's been 2 minutes, you can add that time to the question and answer session. So the judges know that they're supposed to, if that time is too low, they're supposed to pull out some information from the students and get that information out of them. So if their presentation is way short, you can add a little time to the question and answer session. If it seems like there are no more questions to ask and there's just silence in the room, you can just move on. So when in doubt, just try to keep the room moving quickly. So if they run out of time on question and answer, you can just say, all right, next presentation, and pull them up. The reason for, if students are at 3 minutes and 30 seconds or longer, just give them 5 minutes of question and answer as normal. If they're under 3.5 minutes and they seem unprepared, feel free, and I'm giving you the ability to make this judgment call, feel free to add that time to their question and answer, because that's kind of the result of not being unprepared, is that you're going to get more questions, right? Some pitches, 5 minutes is really long for a business pitch, so if some people will do a great pitch in 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and if you feel like, wow, that was a really good pitch, there's only 3 minutes and 30 seconds, but they seem okay, you can just do 5 minutes of question and answer as normal. And again, even if you add extra time and the judges only want to ask one question because they don't feel like there was a lot to ask to that business, you can just move on, and hopefully we'll actually be a little faster than 15 minutes per presentation with transfer time. Hopefully it'll be sometimes just 10 minutes. So when in doubt, just keep the room moving. That would be my main piece of advice. Other than that, just enjoy the business pitches. I hope you enjoy them. Hope you enjoy meeting the judges, and it's really just a kind of smooth logistical role for you. So take a look at this document. I'm going to send in that email some of these other things. Oh, the one other thing is you'll get a packet with your attendance, all the teams who are in that room, all the rubrics for the judges, all the greeting cards for the judges, all that information will be in a manila envelope for you on Monday, which I'll hand out. So you'll have all of those materials ready to go for you then. And Google spreadsheet I'm going to share with you with all the room assignments. Those things might change a little bit depending on where, if judges drop out this weekend or if we get a few extra judges. Some things might move around, so keep checking in on that. Checking in on that on Monday. It should be final by Monday morning. So that'll give you the information about which room you're in for sure. All right, thank you guys very much, and I appreciate it, and look forward to seeing you guys on Monday.